Welcome to another episode of Wryne's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. Today we're going to go check out 3 camps, hopefully, only 3 this time, and rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the best and 1 being the lowest. And we are going to head to our first camp, which is right over here. It is a ATX Beats camp. It may or may not actually be there, which it is not according to this. It is a ghost camp. How about Daxon's camp? Or Draxon's camp? Oh. So, today in the world we have some weird stuff going on. We are arriving at a camp that is right in the middle of the golf course, which means it's probably getting attacked by ghouls, because let's face it, ghouls spawn here. They have a set of guns right here. This is the new prefab that is in the atomic shop right now. It is the bowling alley. As you can see, if you place the actual bowling alleys in it, they will penetrate the exterior right here at the back. Now, in order to cover that up, I recommend building a small structure back here that is up against their flush, or just simply pulling those back a little bit. This player has gone for the minimalistic approach. Actually, this is probably a new camp. They're probably working out where they're going to put everything. That's the map table there, which is cool if you haven't seen it. Highly recommend it. It's one of those items that you'll get, I want to say, from Safe and Sound. But as you can see, there's really not much of a camp here. I mean, there's a few things that show that they're working on it, but I judge on what's here, not what could be. They get 2 points for the prefab. Sorry about that. Game locked up for a second. Don't know if you actually caught it and if it was complete with audio lock. They get 2 points for a prefab. Everybody does. You get bonus points if you have a bathroom attached. They have out the a few workbenches. Everything looks cool. I mean, as far as like being able to do your daily stuff here. But it is not like, you know, it's not going to get above like a 3 for a camp review. But not bad. Let's go check out Kim 2008's camp. So that's a 3. This one here is built with one of the sets from the atomic shop. Here's the one of the newer followers from last season. He's the Mothman cultist. That's his little artifact right there. They have set up plants, and they are using the foundations from the vault kit. A few power armors on display. Don't know if this is I'm gonna guess this is like a mid-level players camp. You have 2 doors. I don't know what this building is supposed to have been, like what they would have, if they were here to talk to, what they would say they were striving to build. I do find it amusing whenever people use roofs as floors when they could just as easily snap in a floor. But I get it. They have no floor textures, no wall textures. They have a few things placed out around the camp, some decorations which add to the camp and don't really detract from it, but they also have stuff that's kind of floating and have no real reason for it. They're sitting in the bottom of a riverbed. There's another camp right over there we'll go take a look at, which has a prefab. So this one right here, I'm going to give it a bright shiny 4. because there are certain things that they have done, like, okay, let me show you. See this right here? We go down here, and we come back out here. I do not have a jetpack, so I cannot really, well, I might be able to do this. Okay. This wall right here doesn't need to be here. It's just kind of there for no reason. It's not aesthetic. It doesn't really have a purpose. Their roofing choices, they have the standard metal roof, which I understand is to match this, and then they have the worn roofs, which I understand is because of the texture and because they want the vines hanging down. I don't know. It just, I mean, it's not a bad camp, but it's not particularly a good camp either. This is what they have on sale. They have good prices on the stuff that they have, but it's the same stuff that everybody has on sale. So I'm going to give them a 4. I can't give them anything higher than that. It's not that it's bad, it's just not that it's good either. This one over here has a prefab. You can see it from a distance. They have a resource collector out, which makes perfect sense. They also have a high-powered generator out. They have a follower out from a previous scoreboard. This is the guy that came with the Nuka-Cola themed scoreboard. He's a ghoul. This is the camp of 10 MKKK, and everything in their thing is priced way under pro. Okay, so I'm buying some stuff. Can't deny that I don't have them because this character never did any of those events. So I'm picking up some extra stuff. They have plants out. They have used one of the planting foundations, which at least this is one that I kind of understand why you'd want to use it. It looks a little cooler than the other stuff. They have the well out, which if you're going to use a well, don't clip a foundation through it because then it looks like you have a dry well. And you covered it up, which might be a look that you're going for if you're going for like an old abandoned haunted house with like an old well in the interior of it, or an old farm, like barn or something like that. But in general, it's not a good thing to have. This place is obviously their workroom. They've put up a few signs and things from the different events. They've got their collection up here. And they've been collecting for a while. I mean, these things right here, that's what the cards are used for that you get from the new events. They go into these little, this little display thing, and you can pretty much put one of each one out. It's kind of cool. They have their hot tub up here, exercise machine, you know, a few things to get the bonuses that they need. A few guns up here as well, which that's what these are for. These little ports are made for gun turrets. So you might as well use them that way if you actually have a budget that'll sustain it and you actually, you know, are in an area where you are going to get attacked. This place should get attacked every once in a while periodically, based on the fact that there are super mutants right across the way at New Gad, and based on the fact that there are a lot of spawns for both ghouls and Scorched just down the way. So, on a scale of 1 to 10 is how I judge everything, including the camp over there. This one over here is more utilitarian. It's much more functional. He used a prefab, so he gets less points than, say, building it yourself. But he gets more points than that camp did because that camp sucked. While this camp, at least in its utilitarianism and in its ability to be used for what it is meant to be used for, I'm going to give him a 5. So this is the bright spot out of the 3 camps that we visited so far today. So, not a bad location either, to be honest. I always forget that there's an extraction point for material up here, because I hardly ever build up by New Gad. But, that being said, this has been Ren for Ren's Wasteland Camp Review / Dumpster Fires the Commonwealth. As you can see, Mr. John Boring is inviting players to a new casual team, because he's boring. Anyway, have fun. Talk to you later.